This reminds you of home, folks.
Oh, boy.
Welcome to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling. I'll tell you what, we are at the Menominee Logging Camp Museum. It's like the largest logging museum in the United States. It's a great facility. We're on the Menominee Indian Tribe reservation land. It's located on the Wolf River, and we are at the Lumberjack Breakfast, cooking up a storm today.
I'll tell you, man, plenty of good things to eat. I'll tell you, maple syrup, pancakes, life is good.
But we've got some other great things to cook on the grill. We'll be right back with more Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling in just a little bit. Here, you take that. You're going to do the rolling, okay? Good job.
There we go. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin' is brought to you by Modern Home Products, the makers of MHP, Phoenix, and Profire Grills. All natural Golden Plump Chicken, Minnesota and Wisconsin raised. It's golden good. Cherry Delight, a Door County original. Renard's Cheese of Door County. Get your squeak on. The Oneida Nation and the new Oneida Market. Crisp Kraut, the world's finest sauerkraut, proudly produced in Wisconsin for over a century. And by UW Provision, the meat people, and so much more.
And welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling.
Wow, look
Well,
at this. Look at this menu here. We got some eggs, fried potatoes, toast, oatmeal, bacon, sausage, coffee,
man, that sounds
tea,
good.
juice, milk, and all the pancakes you could eat with real maple syrup.
Well,
man.
that's
real maple syrup.
You know, that sounds good if you're at the logging museum here for the Lumberjack Breakfast. But we're going to do some real grilling today.
Yes.
And should we start out with your nice little wild rice stuffed mushrooms?
Wild rice stuffed mushrooms we're
Yeah.
gonna do here. Obviously, we're starting out with some really nice mushrooms.
Yep.
Like those, and they're really nice and dry on the outside. You can go ahead and take a rag or something just to wipe them off. But if you want, you can go ahead and take the taps off. They'll just snap right off there for you, if you like. You're gonna take the tops off of each one of these mushrooms. Comes right off, very easily, very easily.
I'll be jiggered. Look at that.
He was gonna use a knife, for God's sakes. We've been here for the whole half hour. Sometimes, though, you get these little ones down here, but there you go.
And a shout out to the bingo here at the Menominee Casino, by the way.
Yes, B6, ladies and gentlemen, B6. Man, you're throwing them up high up there, that's for sure.
Oh, there's a cap.
There you go. Good for you. Good for you.
All right, I'll finish these, and you start making your darned stuffing here.
Okay, sounds good.
Now, is this fresh mint? I'll cut that up for you.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. All right.
Beautiful, fresh mint.
We got a little wild rice here, there, sir.
Now, wild rice, in fact, here at the Logging Museum, we were here last year, and they did the dancing of the rice. And it was just phenomenal to see when they harvest the rice each and every year, and then they put a special moccasins on, and in a special leather laid down below, and they actually do the dancing of the rice and shed and get down to the husk down to the regular rice. So that's the traditional native way. I didn't go quite so far, but I did go and get some nice wild rice, simmer it for a while, and cook it down.
You did a good job on there.
Thank
you got
you.
a good job of that. Gonna mix that up.
So we got wild rice and what?
We got some wild rice and we got some walnuts in
Walnuts
there,
in there, and you know, I was trying to do. I got some hickory nuts here, and I remember the old days.
Yeah.
Dad and I and my brother, the doctor.
The doctor.
Yeah, we'd go out and pick hickory nuts.
Yeah.
And Dad, of course, would always have us take and crack one open and taste it the first year. And it was
Really?
so bitter and so green. So you leave them sit in your basement over the year, or in the winter time, and then next spring. Then they're dried out enough where the
Really?
taste. Oh yeah, because they're green right now.
Yeah, I'm not a hickory nut type of a guy. You know, I've never had that.
Oh shucks, why not?
Shucks. I don't know.
So there's the hickory nut inside the shucks. We went to Hatton Park in New London and picked those last
And what
night.
do you think we got here, there, sir?
Those are pinto beans.
You got it.
The
Gotta have the
natives ate a lot of pinto beans, a lot of red beans. So we have the wild rice, we have the nuts in there.
And we have.
Leeks.
These are great. This is one thing I think a lot of people do not. You know, we've done this another show with leeks. A lot of people don't experiment with on the leeks, but when we
we
mix this
fixed
all up,
it.
we did. It had a hole in it, but mix these all up. And you could use
Am I
anything
doing
that you
okay
like
here? I
on
gotta
here.
get
You're
the
doing
mint in there.
good.
Hold on now.
I know.
Nice fresh mint.
Blend it right up.
A lot of nice fresh herbs. Now the mixture today, and I was asking Merrill why it was so gosh darn dry, but if you've ever cooked mushrooms, you know that they get all that puddle of moisture in there. So if you add like cream cheese or cheeses to it, you got this puddle of moisture with the cheese floating on top. So Merrill figured out the way to do it with a drier mixture, and then you put it in the mushroom cap. And not are we just going to put those directly on the grates of the grill.
Not.
You can put them directly on the grates of the grill, but we're going to take Merrill's wild stuff mushrooms, and I'm going to go off camera here.
You're going to leave me all by myself?
Well, this is dry cedar right here.
All
we took dry cedar, and we're going to do some planked wild mushrooms and planked catfish this segment. So if you ever wanted to learn about plank cooking, it's wonderful to do. It's untreated lumber, and so we take the untreated dry lumber. And I'll set this right up here so our cameraman don't go wild.
No, he won't mind it.
Holy schmackers, that's heavy. And I actually took, let me bring that over to the cameraman. He can just point that right down. I can show you. Watch this. Hey, Rod.
That's what I love about television, you know?
So last night I sprayed about 4 inches of water into this cooler. I actually took and I sprayed off for everybody this nice piece of rock that I had, so I made it a little bit cleaner. But you actually take the cedar and you soak it in water, and whatever meat product you're prepping, and mushrooms are a meat product, and of course the protein is in the beans and the pinto beans that we added to it, and you take that cedar, it's dripping wet, you take it right from the plank, and I'm going to circle around to Merrill's side here.
And I'm blocking your view. Oh no.
In fact, about last week we actually did planked shrimp and lobster for a neat little event that a friend of ours did who does competition cooking. So we're going to take our mushrooms. What a team, what a team.
I like this. It's sort of like playing a game, you know?
Yeah, first time in 33 years we worked together. That's the game.
Oh boy,
that's a team.
Now, progress, ladies and gentlemen, progress.
We're going to take our beautiful plank. Now the wet cedar needs to get to the grill ASAP. So if you can see over here, I'm going to take the mushrooms, put it on a nice hot grill, and I'm going to lay these here because I got to get my catfish on there too. We're going to put that down, and you don't want to peek. I'm going to guesstimate, and we've never cooked the plank before. With the mushrooms on the grill, they take maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how long that is. But I would say 15, 20 minutes with on the plank on there.
But I was going to say directly on the grates of the grill, in direct cooking, you can go a half hour. Direct cooking like that with the heat fired right up underneath that plank, we're going to see. We'll probably cut to a break in a little bit, and we'll tell you how long it's going to take, and we'll show you how to do it. But we're going to do some plank catfish right now.
Oh, I love catfish.
And I have some of the walnuts right here, and we're actually going to take, and I should have done this ahead of time, but we're going to take and we're going to crush the walnuts because I want to do a little nut crusting on the top of the catfish before I put them after I put them on the plank. It'll come through in a second. I'm working hard.
Good workout. Good work. Come on. He's sloughing, ladies and gentlemen. Sloughing. Come on. For God's sakes. There you go.
Well,
you did a good job.
Let's just scoot those over to the side.
All right.
Here's some wonderful catfish. And Wisconsin years ago, Native Americans, we ate a lot of fish. The Wolf River is right out behind our back door here. Besides walleye and crappie and panfish, we have the bottom feeders, which Merrill is included in the bottom of that.
I've been a bottom feeder all my life.
You have the carp, you have the suckers, and you got the wonderful catfish.
And this is the biggest sucker right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Working with you for 33 years, you're dang right I'm a sucker.
I guess I've been.
Just hook me and reel me in.
I guess I've been the biggest sucker there, being with him.
So let me dump off some of the juice out of this beautiful catfish. These are smaller fillets of catfish. They're going to work out wonderful. I am going to toss a little bit of oil on top of there. You really don't have to do that. But what we're going to do is we're going to put those in a little bit of the oil right there.
Okay.
I've got the walnuts over here, but if this is all going to come together, I'm going to grab another plank because we're going to do plank catfish.
Oh,
catfish.
That's something people don't realize.
Oh,
they go back to the salmon and everything else. Try the wood planks. You're really going to be surprised on that.
Now, we've done sauerkraut on here.
Yes.
We've done onions and peppers on here. But I thought cooking the native way would do some wonderful pinto beans on top of here.
We're a little smart guy.
So we're going to take the pinto beans, we're going to put them over the top. Then we're going to grab some nice red beans, and we'll add the cooked red beans over the top of that and pat those down.
Okay.
I'm also going to put a few leeks on there because what the heck, it's good flavor.
It is. I love the flavor of leeks.
We could have used cattails, pulled out a cattail or two and diced her up and put her in there, and that would have worked out fine. But I'm actually going to take and I'm going to spread the nuts out over here, my walnuts. And I'm just going to go, and hopefully that'll work. Oh yeah.
Look at you.
I'm going to take each individual catfish and I'm going to place it inside the nuts, put it on top of the board with the beans, with the leeks on top. I got to get the cedar plank on the grill ASAP because we can't let it dry out.
That's right. It's very important. You've got to make sure it's really good and soaked too, because if not, you're going to burn the plank really quickly.
So we're gonna take, and that's gonna be just gorgeous.
I like that.
Now
You did a good job.
That's gonna take about 35 minutes or so, and I think the mushrooms are gonna cook for about 30 minutes or so, but we've got the MHP, our nice MHP, fired up on a good hot heat. I'm gonna place those, and you can see the cedar already starting to smolder just a little bit, and when we come back from a break, you're gonna see just that heat just a bellowing over there. Now we're here at the Menominee logging camp today, but we're also good friends with Natau. And Natau are the Native American tribes of Wisconsin. Now, Native Wisconsin is made up of 11 sovereign tribal nations. La Coudere Band of Ojibwe, Lac de Flambeau Band of Lake Superior, Chippewa, the Menominee Nations, which is our host tribe here today, the Bad River Ojibwe Tribe, Ho-Chunk, Oneida Nations, the Stockbridge Munsee Band of Mohicans, Red Cliff Band of Ojibwe, and of course we can't forget our good friends up at Forest County and the Potawatomi, St. Croix Band of Ojibwe, and Mole Lake Chippewa. And of course you can go to natau.org to see the calendar of events, just like this gorgeous lumber camp breakfast that's being hosted today that we're taping our show at. Go to the website natau.org. Calendar of events. Welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling. We're doing a wonderful show for Natau, Native American tribes of Wisconsin. We are at the Menominee Reservation at a wonderful breakfast for logging here this morning, a great historical museum. I'm going to do some duck. Winter time in Wisconsin meant a lot of winter fowl. Wonderful duck on the grill. It's got a very thick coating. So what I actually did, I got one done on the grill, and last night I took a knife and through that thick skin, I actually took and I created some pockets inside under the duck skin.
There you go.
So I actually took the duck, and an easy way to do it, and the Native Americans didn't have, and we didn't have, roast holders and aluminum drip pans.
No, I think that was we're a little ahead of the time there, aren't we?
Yeah, but I took some wonderful leeks and some fresh mint, and I actually shoved them right underneath the cavity and made a pocket in there, much like we take a chicken and put garlic and herbs underneath the skin of the chicken. We did so with the duck. I've got an aluminum drip pan. Here's a great way to do it. If you want a holiday gift, aluminum drip pans, a roast holder, put the duck in the center, apple juice, apple cider may have been used, or water, because you want to actually add a great flavor. I'm going to add the rest of the leeks and the mint to here, and we're going to place this on the grill, indirect method of cooking, for about an hour and a half. And I did one last night, and let me just grab it off the grill and see if we can find the herbs under the skin. That's my whole goal today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try to find the herbs underneath the skin.
So I took the duck, and let's just see, because last night I took a little more tender.
It smells good.
Here it is, watch this, Mr. Cameraman.
Oh, good job.
I'm gonna peel away the skin, and there's that beautiful leeks, the fresh mint. Gosh darn, there was so much in there. It just all wears away.
I sort of want to go in there and just grab and eat that already.
Yeah, isn't it wonderful?
Oh, beautiful.
So there's the beautiful duck, there's the mint, great flavor on the inside. The aroma from the apple cider as it bellowed around comes out delicious. But we need a wonderful little chutney, a raspberry chutney, a fall chutney.
Yes, a little fall, and it is fall time. I'm going to be doing a little chutney, a little side dish to actually put on the duck here. I got some raspberries here, red, a little bit of fresh mint, some little raisins or currants. You got to mix that together. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to chop these raspberries really
Take your time.
I'm just going to squish them up just a little bit.
Oh, take your time.
No, I want to get that. Don't worry, I'm going to use this fork to grab some of that duck afterwards. So
oh, man.
All right.
It'll melt in your mouth. It's just delicious. So now the raspberry, the currants, some walnuts in there. You could use the hickory nut that we had earlier.
You definitely
fresh
could do that.
mint.
Yeah.
Do you want any honey or anything?
I do. Please, dear. Place that on there. And you know what? I'm going to add just a little bit of maple syrup on here. Now, this is just more of a side dish, as you can see. And I did not really...
One of next year's show, by the way, that first crack, that first little hit of lightning is when the maple syrup starts to flow from the trees. So we're going to try to catch those and do a show on maple syrup next year. We'll see what happens.
That's really what I want on the side dish. I just want a little bit of the juice, got the raspberries there, and the nuts to put that on the side. And oh man, I could just go ahead and eat this right now.
Here, try the duck.
Bam.
Honest to gosh, the leeks and the mint are flavorful, like all the way through that duck. It's just a phenomenal thing. Take it underneath the skin, add the herbs and add the spices like we did. It's just phenomenal.
The combination. Oh,
Do we have to do the rest of the show?
I know. Do we have to?
We're gonna create a little a salad that might have been created years ago in Wisconsin, and we'll see what happens here.
right.
I'm gonna take some of Merrill's fresh raspberries. I'm gonna take some currants. We'll take a little bit of leeks. We'll take the nice walnuts. We'll mix those together a little bit. And I don't want to put no pinto beans in there.
No, I wouldn't.
You know, I thought I was going to add pinto beans, fresh apples, some wonderful cut up fresh apples. So we'll want to serve this right away, or I could pour a little bit of apple juice over the top so the acid makes the apples not turn on us and get a nice little, that dark texture to them. So we're going to add the nice little apples to there. Watch this, watch this.
Good job, sir.
And we're going to mix that all together. So now we have all freshness, all natural. And I'm just going to add just a little bit of apple cider over the top of that and a little bit of maple syrup. And we're going to serve that with our wonderful duck done on the grill. And hey, before we go to a little break, let me say one little thing here.
Okay, just
Look at that salad. Isn't that delicious with the sweetness there?
I like it.
Merrill's little raspberry chutney, the wonderful duck with the leeks underneath. Let's show last segment stuff.
Okay, good, good, good. I like that.
There's the plank wild mushroom, wild stuffed
Ooh, good
mushrooms,
job,
wild
sir.
rice stuffed mushrooms. There's a beautiful plank there. Isn't that
Good,
delicious
good,
looking?
good, good, good.
Well, you haven't seen nothing, folks. Watch this. This is the catfish. Catfish with
Don't
pinto.
break that now.
Catfish with pinto beans. Catfish with pinto beans and red beans underneath with nut crusted catfish over the top, and you serve that up, and it's just absolutely delicious. So we're going to take a little break. Before we do that, don't forget that that annually each tribe of Wisconsin makes great destinations. There's 11 great tribes, wonderful destinations for annual cultural events. You know, whether Mole Lake's annual winter gathering in February, the first strike of lightning hailing in the maple syrup season, time to tap the trees and brew that sweet nectar. Now, we've taken our daughter Sage to many cultural powwows that take place throughout Wisconsin throughout the summer. Dancing, drumming, foods of their heritage. It's a great time, great experience for the whole family. Those are the powwows throughout the year. Go to natow.org for these and other cultural events. That's natow.org for these and other cultural events throughout the year. Welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling. You know, it's the fall harvest time here in Wisconsin. And don't forget about the 11 tribes of Wisconsin, Natow, Native American tribes of Wisconsin. Great destinations throughout the year, including wonderful casinos to host you for the evening or for a weekend or just a one-night entertainment.
You got it.
Good places, let me tell you. I'll tell you what, we got some Hubbard squash. Winter squash is phenomenal. The Native Americans relied on them a lot. 6 months they could store this Hubbard for 6 months if
Really?
they wanted to. And they found out recently how smart natives were, and also people who ate squash. Winter squash is an anti-inflammatory, it's an antioxidant, it's an anti-diabetic, so it actually helps to regulate your insulin.
Oh, really?
So it's the good carbs. It's the good carbs that you want.
Interesting, very interesting.
So we have a good selection everywhere from the sweet dumplings, wasn't talking to you, to the carnivals, to the Hubbards, to the buttercups, to the butternuts, to the zucchini family, to the acorns over here. And the Native Americans used every portion of the animal, every portion of the vegetable. So what we did is we took actually the seeds, not just for planting next year, but also last night I put some in a tray and seasoned them, and I made some little crunchy little fiber seeds to taste.
Okay.
Go ahead. They sat in the cooler, so they got a little softer. Last night
right.
they were just totally crisp. Here's some wonderful little examples of the butternuts with some fresh vegetables inside from the pinto beans for the protein. But I took some squash, which looked like a pumpkin. I did this one right here. I baked it. I added some corn flour, white corn flour, and an egg, and I made it into little patties that might have been done years ago with a cast iron skillet. And honest to goodness,
Good job.
I pan fried those in my cast iron skillet, hotter than Dutch love. And I'm gonna drizzle a little maple syrup or a little honey over the top and serve those up as cakes to the kids, and they won't know they're eating something healthy.
Well, that's really good.
Things haven't changed in
I
200-300
know.
years,
Even
have
on
they?
these. I want to see if you can even grill these direct too.
Oh, you can. I just didn't want to bother with them today.
No,
I wanted to
you're
do a
a smart
cast
man.
iron skillet.
You're a
So we'll be right back to wrap this baby up here today. But don't forget the winter squashes on the grill. They're absolutely delicious. Dry the seeds. Use all the parts of the vegetables and as much as possible because that's what it's all about. We'll talk to you in just a little bit. Well, many thanks to our host tribe today, the Menominee Nations. Don't forget to go to natow.org, natow.org, that's Native American Tribes of Wisconsin, for great calendar events throughout the year. Good heritage, good culture, good food today. See you later. Take care, folks.
This is great.
Fire up that grill, right